First Alert update, St. Norbert College clarifies some details on potentially eliminating some programs there. The college says that programs right now are only being considered for elimination and no programs are officially cut. Some of the programs that could end, though, are art and education, chemistry, history, as well as 10 other programs. The school hoping to open a conversation, it says, as to why some programs are needed and some are not.